Good morning, Seoul. Now, how are you guys doing on this Thursday morning? Now, I know you guys are probably groggy just from yesterday. You guys are probably thinking yesterday was hump day and it's continuing today, but don't be too sad because I'm here to entertain you guys. Now, I have a hard time waking up in the morning, and I'm pretty sure you guys as well. If I don't have an alarm clock, there's no way I can wake up. Now, some say if you constantly wake yourself up at the same time, your body automatically gets up and sets itself like a self-timer pretty much, and you end up waking up at the same time every day. Now, the question to you guys, does that even work? Now, do any of our listeners do that? Can you guys simply wake up without any help of an alarm? Now, if you're one of those people, please send us a message about your tips, and we'd like to hear from you guys and learn from you guys. Anyways, today we're going to start off our show with a great song, and hopefully this will be your alarm clock for the day. This is Jasmine Sullivan with Switch. That was Jasmine Sullivan singing Switch. And right now you guys are tuned in to What's Poppin' with your boy Brian Ju on TBS efm 101.3 in Seoul and its surrounding areas, GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now a couple of things I want to remind you guys. If you want to send us a text, send it to sharper pound 1013 for a charge of 51. If you haven't already, you want to hit us up on Kakao Talk. To do that, you have to add TBS efm as a plus friend and then just Kakao message us away. And also the easiest way, please follow us on Twitter at TBS efm. Oh, TBS What's Poppin'. I almost gave you the email address. And also you can just tweet us for free as well. And if you do have an email address or email, our address is efmpoppin@gmail.com. If you have any questions or just want to give us a shout out, we really appreciate it. And we love to interact with the listeners. Also, those of you interested for our playlist, come check it out on our website at tbsefm.soul.kr/efm/what's poppin'. But for now, a word from our sponsors. Alrighty, y'all, it's time for today's pick. Now, for you couples, how many times do you guys go on a date with your loved ones during the weekdays? Now, I bet there are some of you guys who are feeling pressured when you think about planning a date with your loved ones. Now, do you feel like you're too busy to go on a date on the weekday? Or does it seem like there are only limited things to do on a date, like watching movies or going for a good meal? And then all of a sudden you think to yourself, what else do we do? Then listen up, y'all, because I'm going to give you guys some great information about things to do here in Seoul. Now, why don't you guys go for a dinner cruise tonight? You can enjoy a buffet-style dinner, take a great look of the great views of Seoul, and feel the refreshing breeze all at the same time. Now, the cruise hours are actually from 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. every day. So if you're interested, go check it out during the weekdays. It's about 60,000 won and 65,000 won for the weekend. It's a little bit pricey, but I'm sure it'd be a great experience. It's not like you're going to go cruising every day, once in a while, maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months, but still it's an interesting and fun date for you and your loved one. Now, going on a date doesn't have to be something special and it doesn't have to be overwhelming as well. You can always find something fun to do with your loved ones here around Seoul. So why don't you guys call up your loved ones tonight for a date? It could be, spontaneous and just, take what we suggested and try to do that tonight. If you can't afford it, come up with your own creative ideas. And if you do, for those of you living in Seoul, let us know, email us. Now we have a great song for you and your loved ones right now. This is Neo with Sexy Love. Sexy Love, sung by Neo. What a great song. Now, Sexy Love is the fourth and final U.S. single and the second and final international single released from Neo's debut album, In My Own Words. It has reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, and in the United Kingdom, the single charted at number 21 on downloads alone. Now, it rose 16 spots and peaked at number 5 once the hard copy was actually released. And it's often compared to So Sick in the sense there's a huge difference in contrast between the two songs. Now, lyrically, unlike his previous song So Sick, Sexy Love describes a man's feelings towards his girlfriend, and that there's nothing he'd rather do than be with his girlfriend, of course. Now, Neo performed the song on an episode of So You Think You Can Dance on July 6, 2006, and on June 27, 2006, he also performed it at the 2006 BET Awards. Now, a remix of the song was made featuring Candace Jones, which you can check out and compare and see which one you think you like better. Now, another remix is featuring Rockefeller artist True Life. There's also a remix to the song that features rapper Joe Budden. And also, It's a version that features rapper Jules Santana, done by multi-artist DJ, also Phoenix rapper himself, City Boy. There's a lot of remixes, yes. That's how you know a song is really good, because a lot of artists want to get involved. Be like, oh, that's a fat track. I need to be on that. And that's what Neo did. Anyways, next artist, same deal. She has great songs. If you don't know her, check her out. This is Mary J. Blige singing 25-8. That was Mary J. Blige singing 25-8. Now, for those of you who don't know, she's an American R&B recording artist, of course, with such a powerful voice, powerful music. Now, 25-8 is from her 10th studio album, My Life 2, The Journey Continues, Act 1. The track was released as the first official single from the album. Now, 25-8 debuted on the Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs chart at number 94 and has since peaked at number 35. The album, My Life 2, The Journey Continues, Act 1, is titled as a sequel and serving as a thematical extension to her 1994 breakthrough album, My Life. Now, it portrayed a dark period in the artist's personal life. And on top of that, the album talks about the themes of struggle, heartbreak, and strength while reflecting the growth and evolution she had experienced. Now, moving on to our next artist. It's going to be the last artist for the first half of our show. We're going to talk about Mr. Eminem with the song Stan. Now, Stan is the third single featuring British singer Dido. Yes, now the song was produced by the 45 King and uses a slightly modified break from Dido's Thank You. And it's of course its bass sample. The track also samples the opening lines of Thank You as its chorus. Now, coincidentally, both songs were released as singles in the late 2000. And Stan has been called one of Eminem's best songs and is considered one of his signature songs as well. The song has sold over 750,000 copies in the United Kingdom. And Eminem did a performance of this track at the 2001 Grammys. And Elton John was a surprise guest playing piano and helping Dido with the chorus. Now, one day, got my fingers crossed, Mr. Elton John, or anybody, even the Beatles, somebody. I want to do a collabo with y'all on stage, so keep that in mind. And we're going to listen to the last song for the first half of our show. This is Eminem featuring Dido with Stan. Alrighty, yo, welcome back to the second half of What's Poppin'. You guys are now tuned in to TBS efm 101.3, listening to your boy Brian Jew. Now today we have Check the Rhyme with your boy Elmo, who's going to introduce you guys to some great hip-hop tracks that you do not want to miss out on. So stay tuned. Anyways, we got a word from our sponsors. Yeah, we back in the studio with your boy,
Yep.
Bijou, Elmo. How y'all doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. 3
Yes,
weeks?
3 weeks. Actually, if you think about today, since today's Thursday, it's been a little bit over 3 weeks.
Okay. How was your trip?
Dude, seriously, I did not want to come back. I know all you listeners right now is like, no, Brian, don't say that. But it's the truth. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had such a great time. Although I did a lot of driving and flying this time around because I flew to LA. The next morning I drove to San Francisco. I did not know LA to San Francisco is a 7-hour drive.
Really?
It was amazing. And then from San Francisco I flew to Philly. Then from Philly, drove down to Jersey. From the Jersey, stayed there for 2 days, drove up to Massachusetts, then drove down to New York, back to Jersey, then back to Philly, back to LA, and back to Korea.
Wow, it's like, it was just like, you just went all around the States then. It was
pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I missed all the Midwest area and, down south and all that stuff. Oh, for you Midwest listeners, don't hate on Elmo. He's just joking around. But enough about the whole vacation. Y'all, that was like a little Cliff's Notes summary of what I did in the States. We got to get into hip-hop music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, while you're away for 3 weeks, I actually picked up a skill.
Okay. What skill is this?
One of this, I went to Gangnam and I went to one of those, I guess those mind readers. And
like fortune teller mind reader people?
She's like, Matt, and I'm like, I said, teach me how to do that. And she's like, yeah, okay. So she taught me how, and I'm actually reading your mind right now.
What am I thinking?
You're thinking like, Elmo might just be one of the most perfect human beings that I've ever met and ever had the opportunity to sit next to.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I could agree with that, but that wasn't what I was thinking.
Hold on.
Okay.
But I know that whatever you were thinking, thank you very much for thinking that. But it's not true. I'm a very flawed human being.
Okay.
I have a lot of bad habits.
Everyone has bad habits.
Yeah, but I'm flattered by your thoughts. But anyways, I just want to say that, we're all works in progress, and we all have things that we need to work on in our lives. And that's what today's theme is about. That we have habits, and I chose some songs today that could kind of maybe help us out with some of those things and kind of motivate us and remind us that, hey, this might not be a
so
good
bad.
habit, but, listen to this song and,
music to
get better.
help with your bad habits.
That's right. That's the theme.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just say,
What's a bad habit of yours that you need to fix?
one of them is I'm not very clean.
Oh, we be bad roommates,
Yeah,
man.
so I'm looking at you. You're like really, kind of, kalkame or something. I don't know. But
Kalkame, yes.
yeah,
Clean cut.
But
Yes.
one of my things is my cousin just came to my house recently,
Okay.
last weekend, and he's kind of like you, like very
Neat,
very
freaky.
tidy,
Okay.
neat freak. He came into my bathroom. And he's like, holy smokes, what just happened in here?
I wonder what your bathroom looks like.
No, because I didn't clean it for 6 months. The end of my story is,
Yes.
the next day my cousin,
Oh.
he cleaned it. So right now it's the whitest of white that you would ever, it's like this paper.
So with that said, we didn't introduce the first song.
Okay.
We got to play the song.
We just gotta play it, or can we?
I
can
want
we
to
just-
dedicate it to your cousin, you said, right?
My cousin. This
Okay.
is to my cousin, Outcast, So Fresh, So Clean. It's a song that's about kind of being like Brian. Like they're talking about their attractiveness to women because they are so fresh,
So fresh and so clean.
Meaning
Yep.
they got style. Because of that, they make women pay attention to them. And whenever I hear this song, and this is where my change begins, is like when
So it's for the women. The women motivate you.
when I hear the music. Dun, 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 dun,
So
dun.
fresh and so clean.
Yeah, and I hear so fresh, so clean. I gotta do that. I gotta be that. Like Outkast is.
With that
being
said,
that in
I
this
actually
song.
want the listeners, all the female listeners, to email us right now and let us know: do you like a little bit of a dirty guy or some fresh, some clean boys? Let us know. Hit us up on our email. But for now, we have Outkast with "So Fresh, So Clean." Yeah. I don't know if that motivated you guys, but that was Outkast with "So Fresh, So Clean." Of course, I feel clean just by listening to that track.
Me too.
I feel like my insides had been detoxified.
Yeah, like a cleansing.
Yes, we had a cleansing moment. And I'm hoping Elmo will move to his new place and try to keep that motivation going and make sure his bathtub does not turn brown.
I definitely will make an effort, and because I'm conscious of these things. See, if I wasn't conscious of it, then it would be even worse, right? So because I am, and I'm like, I need to change. There needs to be a change, an intervention that takes place. I think today's the day.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is clean. Yes, I dedicate that song to you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, we have the next song, and the next song is
Black Eyed Peas, Let's Get It Started. And the reason why I wanted to play this song is
Now, how does it motivate you? Yeah.
Okay, so this whole clean thing is one of the root problems is procrastination.
Okay, that's
So
true.
I am, I can procrastinate sometimes, and I think
We all can.
a lot of other people out there could also have this issue in their lives. And I think for me, because I live, right now I live in this one room, and like everything's so close together, like TV, bed, computer, where I make music. So it's like I'll start doing something, and I'll be like, man, I think I'm gonna watch,
Okay, that
some
happens.
TV. And then it's like I just turn my chair and I turn it on, and then what I was wanting to do,
It's like fold laundry or something.
yeah, fold laundry or something, I just kind of lose focus in doing it, and then I start procrastinating.
That could be procrastination, or some people say that they have ADD. So you can't focus on one thing at one
I
time.
probably have both.
Procrastination and ADD.
But
Okay.
yeah. Anyways, so but when I'm in those moments, sometimes to get out of it, I'm just like, man, I just got to get going. Once I start, then boom, it gets done. And then I'm
So
like,
you're one of those people like my friends. They don't like cleaning like I do. And what happens is they do the same thing. They're like, all right, I got to do this. And all of a sudden they see something pop up on their computer screen for news. Like, oh, there's news. Let me read that instead.
Yeah.
I forgot to wash the dishes. They forgot to do the laundry. But they always pick one day out of the year and they just go crazy for 8 hours cleaning their whole house.
that's something that I do.
And then
It's
for
like,
the rest of the year, they never clean again.
yeah, something like that. Like when it gets to a certain level, I'm just like, okay, it just gotta happen right now. So
I can't leave the house knowing my bed's not made. I can't leave the house not
Really?
knowing there's a plate in the sink in
Wow.
the kitchen. It just annoys me knowing that I have to come back from work at home and just be like, oh, I have something to do. Because I'd rather come home and no tasks, no work is actually left for me, from earlier. So I
Yeah.
want to come home, change into my, sleep gear, maybe wash my makeup off if I had a TV show that day, and just go straight to bed. Instead of, I'm home and I'm like, ugh, there's dishes in the sink. I gotta pick up the hair from my dogs, or there's laundry that I have to wash. So it's easier to do everything early in the day, I feel like.
But what if you left and then that dish you forgot was in the sink, but then you remembered it was in the sink? What happens then? Do you turn around and come back and wash it?
It
or-
just bothers me.
Really?
All day.
All day?
It's like a little needle just poking you, like, you forgot me? Boom! And you're like, ugh, just aggravating.
Yeah.
Sometimes, the good thing is I have really clean friends as well. And once in a while, when I have a long week and I can't be home with my dogs, I'll ask my friends to come over and like house it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then, luckily, I have the ones that actually clean up. Like, I had this one friend, she alphabetized my what do you call it, my pantry with like all my cereals,
Really?
and medicine cabinets and stuff like that. I literally came home a little stressed out from work, but I was so happy. It was like winning the lottery to have somebody
Really?
organize everything for you. Dust was all gone, dishes were washed.
So if someone organizes something for you, that's like the perfect gift for you. Like for Christmas, if somebody like alphabetized your like your
Not the
clothes or
perfect
something
gift,
like that.
but it would be way up there in the
Really?
top 5 of best gifts in the world. If I came home, the house was organized, smelled clean, floors were spick and span, and the pots were put away, the dishes were, clothes were washed and folded and put away, I would literally want to see that person every day.
Well,
Yes.
now I know what to get you for Christmas or
A
something.
cleaning lady?
Who organizes?
Okay, or a wife that can do the same thing. That'd be better.
Maybe.
Either way.
Anyway, so back to Black Eyed Peas.
Yes.
This song, Let's Get It Started, 4th single from their album Elefunk. And it had a different title before it came out as Let's Get It Started.
Okay, but they couldn't use that word.
They couldn't use the word, so they changed it for the purpose of this NBA playoff TV commercial in 1994.
Okay.
And it was so well received that there was an official release of this song with that title afterwards. This song was so popular that it won a Grammy in 2005 for Best Song by Duo or Group.
I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, and for me, when I just hear the bass line, when it just starts off, you just,
it just motivates you.
I want to get started on something.
Especially when you run. You feel like you're
Yeah.
going to run a marathon.
Yeah,
It's
man.
amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty, well, hope you guys are motivated as well listening to this song. Hopefully, maybe you're going to clean today. We'll turn this track up loud on your speakers, on your headphones, or whatever it is, and get your procrastination to the side and get cleaning. This is Black Eyed Peas with Let's Get It Started. Black Eyed Peas, Let's Get It Started. Alrighty, well, moving on, we have the last artist that you want to talk about for our show.
So the third habit that we're going to talk about today is poor eating, exercise, and sleeping routine.
Okay.
And my mom always said that if you didn't eat right and sleep enough, Elmo, you are not going to grow. And
Everyone's mom said that.
yeah, and so that was her sort of motivational sort of speech to me, like, you're not going to grow. And honestly, I wasn't a kid that liked to eat that much. You
I
know?
loved eating.
Yeah.
What happened to me then?
I don't know. Well, you're actually, because like I'm not that tall. Okay, so for me, I'm like, man, I should have listened to mama. You know, I should have done it. And because I'm not that tall, so now I eat a lot.
Okay.
I eat a lot now, and for me, it's like, okay, I'm looking at Korean, like kids in Korea right now. They are huge.
They're tall.
I don't know what happened, but like I thought coming to Korea
They're
because
eating their 콩나물. That's what they're doing.
growing up in Canada, most Asian dudes are kind of like
They're petite. They're small.
They're small.
They're shorter, yeah.
So then coming out here, I thought there would be like sort of like a
similarity between you and Asians, right?
Evening out, but then it didn't happen. Anyways, I can relate to this next song, Skelo, I Wish. I Wish is a hip-hop song by rapper Skelo, released in 1995 as the first single from his debut album of the same name, and the song peaked at number 30 on the Billboard charts. And basically this song is about wishing for a girl, but she says he's not her type, and he wishes he was more like her boyfriend, who is tall, like 6'9", and a basketball player, a baller. He also wishes for a better car, like a luxury car, a luxury
vehicle. And that's because women make it seem like that's what they want from guys, and guys stress out because of that, and that's why guys want to make a lot of money. And with that said, guess what? We're out of time.
We're out of time already.
And I wish we had more time. There you go.
I wish that too.
Alrighty, with that said, we have a few public announcements before we go. What do you do when an emergency vehicle approaches you? Now, if you had an emergency, you'd want the emergency services to reach you as quickly as possible. Now, every day, police, fire, and ambulance vehicles respond to urgent calls, and precious time lost getting there could mean the difference between life and death. So when you hear the emergency vehicle sirens, pull over to the side if possible and make way, and then wait for the emergency vehicle to pass. Check and make sure that the way is clear, and then signal before merging back into the traffic lane. Now, what do you do when you have an emergency? Now, if you have or in a situation where you need emergency assistance, please call the number 119, the emergency center here in Korea. And your call will initially be answered by an operator speaking Korean, but operators fluent in English, Chinese, and Japanese are also in standby to give you guys help and assistance. So if you have an accident or get into an accident or need urgent assistance for any reason at all, dial the number 119. And with that said, we got to wrap the show up. I want to thank Skelo. Skelo Elmo. I even changed your name.
Yo.
Skelo Elmo.
A.K.A. Skelo, A.K.A.
Yes,
Tickle Me, A.K.A. Elmo.
Okay, I don't know how you made that connection.
I don't know.
But I want to thank Elmo for bringing some great tracks. Thank you once again.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank all the listeners for tuning in today. And we have the last song for you guys right now. This is Skelo with I Wish. And on half of What's Poppin', this is Brian, Jew, and
Elmo.
Signing off. Peace.